ครับเพื่อนๆมาครับเพื่อนๆพี่ขออภัยนะครับขออภัยนะครับผมมาแล้วมาครับวันนี้ยอมอดหลับอดนอนเพื่อมาอดหลับอดนอนเพื่อมาเชียร์สเปอร์เลยนะครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีครั้งอย่างเป็นทางการนะครับก็ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ช่อง Live สปอร์ตนะครับเพื่อนๆเพื่อนสวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนพี่นะครับเข้ามาแล้วนะครับฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วยนะครับเพื่อนๆมาครับวันนี้เรามาแมนซิตี้มาเยือนทแนมฮอตสเปอร์สเตเดียมนะครับเพื่อนๆเดี๋ยวเจอกันนะครับก็เดี๋ยวเรามาดูรายชื่อ11ผู้เล่นตัวจริงของทั้ง2ทีมนะครับเพื่อนๆก็ของสเปอร์นะครับประตูเป็นวิคาริโอนะมาในแผน 4-3-3 นะครับคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นกล้องเป็นดากูชินนะครับกับโรเมโรแบ็คขวาไว้เปโดปอโลแบ็คซ้ายแฟนเฟนนะครับกองกลาง3คนนะครับมีปาบซาฮอยเบียแล้วก็เบนทังคูนะครับตัวลุกเจมิดีสันซอนทูมินแล้วก็เบนน่านจอห์นสันนะครับส่วนแมนซิตี้นะมาในแผน 4-2-3-1 นะครับประตูเป็นเอเดสันนะครับคู่เซนเตอร์เป็นอาคันจี้กับลูเบเนียสนะครับแบ็กซ้ายวันนี้เป็นกวาดิโอนะครับแบ็กขวาคลายวอลเกอร์กองกลางของคนนะครับเป็นโรดี้โควาซิตแล้วก็ปีกขวาเป็นนาโดซิงวาปีกซ้ายฟิลโฟเดนกลางลุกเควินเดอร์บอยหน้าเป้าริงเบลฮาแลนด์นะครับโอ้โหแม่งจัดสุดแจกไฟกระพริบเลยครับเพื่อนๆซิตี้เพื่อนๆนี่คือรายชื่อ11ผู้เล่นตัวจริงนะครับเพื่อนๆก็ค่อนข้างสเปอร์ก็ค่อนข้างเสียเปรียบเพราะตัวเจ็บเยอะนะครับเพื่อนๆเกมเริ่มมาครับเพื่อนๆลุยสู้ครับสเปอร์สู้แฟนอาร์เซนอลเอาใจช่วยครับเพื่อนๆวันนี้สเปอร์แฟนอาร์เซนอลอย่างผมก็ต้องเอาใจช่วยกันหน่อยครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่สวัสดีครับไก่จัดสำรองลงผสมน้องตุ๊กสวัสดีครับพี่จริงไม่ได้เจอนานเลยเดี๋ยวรู้จักผมไม่รู้หรอกนะว่าเซนอนผมจะได้แชมป์ไม่ได้แชมป์อะแต่ผมรู้ว่าเซนอนผมมันทำดีที่สุดแล้วล่ะเพื่อนสวัสดีนะครับสวัสดีน้องตุ๊กไม่เจอนานเลยครับสวัสดีครับพี่คเนศเอาหน่อยกะปิโอ้โหเราต้องพูดเดียวกันหนิพี่วันนี้พี่คเนศเราต้องพูดเดียวกันนะอย่าลืมนะอย่าทำอย่างนั้นกันได้นะเพื่อนเอาเหอะวันนี้ยอมอดหลับอดนอนเลยเนี่ยแล้วมีปัญหาด้วยงานอะชิบหายมีปัญหาเมื่อกี้เลยเพิ่งเคลียร์จบรถพังกลางทางเฮ้ยใจเย็นนะฮาแลนด์นะขอร้องนะฮาแลนด์มึงอย่าโหดมากเถอะฮาแลนด์อย่าโหดมากเลยฮาแลนด์ เ กูฉันได้เลือกหมดเนี่ยสเปอร์กูมึงจัดตัวแปลกๆนะสเปอร์เนี่ยแต่อย่างว่าตัวสำรองแม่งก็ไม่มีใครเพื่อนโลเซลโซอเมริสันเลย่อคูรูเซฟกี้เบนเดอร์กิลไม่มีตัวจริงๆเพื่อนโอลิเวอร์สคิปรถที่บริษัทครับรถส่งของบริษัทเสียกลางทางต้องไปส่งที่ซีพีหาดใหญ่ด้วยเสียกลางทางเลยฮะต้องไปส่งพรุ่งนี้ก่อน6 โมงเย็นเซเว่นแม่งเรื่องเยอะถ้าไม่ส่งไม่ตรงเวลาแม่งไม่ให้ลงเลยอะพี่ไม่เจอผมนานผมรู้ผมไม่ได้ทำงานผมไม่ได้ขายของแล้วผมไปทำงานประจำแล้วพี่รถไก่พังเป็นรางแล้วไงด้านเลยพี่รถส่งของซีพีแม่งมาพังแม่งเมื่อกี้เลยเนี่ยเพิ่งหาคนขับไปได้เมื่อกี้เลยเพิ่งเคลียร์จบเนี่ยเพิ่งหาคนขับไปแทนได้ตัวอื่นยิงฮาแลนด์ไม่ต้องยิงครับพาเมอร์จะได้ยิงตามทัน จะตอนนี้มันสถิติมันเท่ากันใช่ไหมล่ะเฮ้ยฮาแลนด์มันมากกว่านี่ว่าฮาแลนด์มากกว่าแล้วเท่าที่ผมจำได้นะโอ้โหผมไม่ทันแล้วล่ะพาเมอร์21ฮาแลนด์25อีซัก20คงจะตามยากว่ะพี่พี่แฟนซิตี้ไปไหนกันหมดเนี่ยพี่แฟนแมนซิตี้เนี่ยไม่มาเชียร์หน่อยเลยไม่มาแช่งมาเชียร์กันหน่อยแล้วไปแล้วไปเว้ยสเปอร์สู้ๆไปสเปอร์ไปยิงเรียบร้อยโอ้โหเฮียไอ้สัตว์เซฟเฮียโอ้ติดเซฟเมื่อกี้ลูกยิงของเป็นทั้งครูโอ้ยเอานะโมตัสสะพระคะวะโตโอ้โหเนี่ยจ่ายอย่างสวยเพื่อนเนี่ยยิงโอ้โหเยอะแต่เป็นเสือตรงตัวไปหน่อยแม่มันต้องเป็นใจให้อาร์เซนอลบ้างดิวะสักปีหนึ่งนาอาร์เซนอลกูจะมาขนาดนี้เพื่อนกูรอมา20 ปีแล้วให้กูหน่อยเถอะไปครับมาแล้วโอ้โหเฮ้ยเอาเว้ยมีโอกาสเว้ยแล้วเว้ยเราสวดมนต์ทำไมนะบอลไม่ได้นับถือศาสนาพุทธไม่ใช่พี่ผมกำลังเชื่อมจิตอยู่เพราะเขาบอกว่าเชื่อมจิตไปหาปูตินได้ที่นับถือศาสนาคริสต์ผมกำลังเชื่อมจิตอยู่ตอนนี้ข่าวกำลังดังเชื่อมจิตไปหาปูตินอ่ะ ดูผลกระแสมา2 วันแล้วเนี่ยเฮียบ้าบอกูโลกเราไม่แปลกเลยว่าทำไมคอลเซ็นเตอร์ถึงเลือกประเทศไทยแน่ถ้าโดนนำเร็ว 2-0 ครึ่งแรกก็จบนอนแยกย้ายยอมรับนอนดีฝ่าโอ้โหเฮียดีไม่ตรงกรอบเกือบไปแล้ว สวัสดีครับพี่เอ็นทีไอ้เฮียเกือบไปแล้วไง เมื่อกี้โอ้โหลูกยิงของเดอะบอยแม่งฉลับแล้วฉลับแม่งเกือบจะเข้าอ่ะเพื่อนฉลับอ่ะใจเย็นนะสเปอร์นะขอร้องนะอย่าโหดร้ายมันมากเลยจะโหดร้ายกับสเปอร์ให้มากเลยครับซิตี้ใจเย็นๆนะใจเย็นนะเพื่อนๆวันนี้แฟนแมนซิตี้ไปไหนกันหมดเนี่ยแฟนซิตี้เนี่ยพี่วรวิทย์วันนั้นให้ผมมา300นี่โหขอบคุณจริงๆเลยวันนี้ไม่รู้จะมาหรือเปล่าพี่วรวิทย์อะเฮ้ยประตูมันเป็นไข่วะยากุชินอ่ะเพื่อนๆเฮ้ยไม่ใช่อ่ะสวัสดีครับพี่แฟนแมนยู
93 appearances.
วาลานอัมราแมนอยู่แล้วจริงเหรอพี่
Brothers Billy and Mako.
อ เพื่อนๆมันก็เก่งๆอะนะเพื่อนๆก็ขออภัยด้วยมันอาจจะเก่งๆหน่อยผมอะเราจะพูดไม่เยอะนะเพื่อนๆผมอะวันนี้มันเก่งจริงมันอยากให้จบ90นาทีแบบสกอร์นี้จริงๆเลยโอ้โหเฮียมาอีกแล้ววอลเกอร์มาอีกแล้วโอ้เฮ้ยกูจะบ้าชีวิตโอ้ยเฮียเฮ้ยใจเย็นนะสเปอร์นะขอร้องนะสเปอร์สเปอร์เหลี่ยมไปหน่อยว้ายกูจะบ้าตายตอนเนี้ยสเปอร์ช่วยลูกด้วยสเปอร์ช่วยอาร์เซนอลด้วยอย่าโดนสวัสดีครับพี่สแน็คมาแล้วจ้านึกว่าวันนี้จะไม่มีแฟนแมนซิตี้มาสักคนแล้วเอาอีกไอ้เฮียสเปอร์มึงเล่นเฮียอะไรของมึงเนี้ยอ้าวเฮ้ยเฮียเซฟโอ้โหฟิลเดนยิงจ่ออาร์เซนอลเตะวันอาทิตย์พร้อมกันเลยครับพี่วันอาทิตย์นี้เตะ4 ทุ่มพร้อมกันทุกคู่เลยโอ้โหเฮียเกือบโดนในสัตว์มึงบ้าปะเนี่ยเฮียมึงจ่ายบอลฮอยเบียร์แม่งกะโหลกว่ะแม่งพลาด2 ครั้งแล้วอะตัดบอลแบบห่วยแตกมากดูดิโอ้โหเตะผิดเหลี่ยมให้โฟเดนยิงเฮียดีวิคาริโอแม่งเหนียวไอ้สัตว์โอ้โหดูทรงก็น่าจะเสร็จไหวเฮียเกมเนี้ยไอ้เฮียเอาเว้ยอุ้ยเอาหน่อยเว้ยเอาหน่อยอย่ากินครั้งน้อยรอเอาไว้สอนเอาคู่ลูกยิงของฮอยเบียร์มันก็โคตรน่าเข้าเลยเอาไปแล้วหลุดแล้วเบนนะจอห์นสันโอ้โหเฮียดูดิเพื่อนโอ้โหยังสวยกูพี่สแน็ควันนี้เป็นไงบ้างพี่สแน็คเป็นยังไงบ้างฮะพี่สแน็คระวังนะระวังโดนนะระวังโดนสเปอร์นะครับพี่น้องมงแล้วโอ้โหไม่ล้ำใช่ไก่มันดีกว่าเรือจริงๆแต่เรือแม่งมันต้องมาเน้นอยู่แล้วพี่เกมเนี้ยมันต้องแต่ซิตี้มันมาเน้นไงสถิติต่างๆยอมรับผมว่าพอเราดูสถิติต่างๆแม่งเราก็ทำให้เกมนี้มันมีหวังขึ้นมาไงพี่จริงๆ เอาไปแล้วฮอยเบียโอ้โหฮอยเบียมจะเปิดให้ใครวะไอ้ห่าเอาเพื่อนไป
titles during the time at the club.
พรุ่งนี้ตี 3วอลเลย์หญิงเจอสหรัฐของไทยเหรอพี่เอาอีมาอีกแล้วโรเบโลไปแล้วโรเบโลขึ้นหน้าไปอีกแล้วโรเบโลปราบซางไม่ส่งโรเบโลอะไรควายวันนี้แม่งสเปอร์มีเจมส์สันก็โอเคแล้วto leave the club when his contract
forwards has been drawn.
ตอนนี้ไม่น่ารอดนั่นน่ะดิพี่ผมว่าแบบมันในนี่มากเลยพี่มันเก่งๆไงไม่รู้อ่ะพี่เพื่อนจริงๆตีเสมออะไรพี่มันยังไม่นี่เลย
Reverse pass out to Johnson, whips one in, cleared away by Diaz. Will Vanio keep it in? He does, but cleared away and just go out there. And Spurs did the building well. They're looking better, but sometimes I feel with Manchester City is it just a matter of time before they get. They put it away with someone like Erling Haaland, someone like Kevin De Bruyne, and then that's game over.
Yes, might be the case. Spurs haven't been scoring regularly, have they? As Mate Sarr takes the corner shot from Madison. Madison ball back beats Sam. Pedro Porro, and well, this is disappointing for Spurs. They're going backwards, but they still have the ball with Højbjerg inside the City half. He'll feed it wide to Son. It's Guardiola. Son inside, outside. Walker comes across, makes the interception, then plays it off heavily off the shins of the on-rushing Son for a throw. A bit of anticlimax there. It really wasn't it for Spurs. You feel the chance might be few and far between, so when they do get the opportunity, you've got to put it into the box.
Yeah, that's the problem Spurs had there. They went back when Madison, and as you said earlier, Jack, they're a really good set-piece deliveries, Madison. So he really brings to this side and just went back there. They went short, went back, lovely ball from Diaz. Just went to the left-hand side to Vardiol. They'll try to pick down the line to Foden. Second ball by Porro.
โอ้ยกูจะบ้าเพื่อนๆเอาไงกันดีวะเนี่ยเพื่อนๆเราแฟร์เซนอนพีเอ็นทีแฟร์แมนซิตี้บอกหน่อยเอาเยี่ยงอะไรดี ค่อยๆไปเว้ยสเปอร์มึงก็ต้องทำเพื่อตัวเองนะไอ้ห่ามึงอยากไปนี่เปล่ามึงอยากไปไอ้นี่เปล่ายูฟ่ามึงก็ต้องเอาหน่อยนะมึงก็ต้องชนะในเกมเนี้ยนัดนี้ชนะแล้วก็ไปวัดกันนัดสุดท้ายโอ้โหไอ้ห่า
It's really both the wing back to Vardy on the left and Walker on the right, keeping the width, and then Silva and Foden it. Dropping narrow, dropping, keep trying to quick play, trying to manoeuvre Spurs in an out position. It's Walker now on the right hand side. Further right to now Silva, he's got space, he's got time. Ball into the back of the front, really good defending there from Benson Kerr to come and intercept. He saw it a mile away, keep the ball in from last off De Bruyne, it'll be a throw in for Spurs just. left hand side, close to their own corner flag. So they're deep with this throw-in, but just approaching the half-hour mark, going into the rest of the first half. City've probably had the best chance to take through Foden, but at the same time, if you're Ange Postecoglou, your side's knocking it around well, and it maybe have had the better apart from the chances, the better in between both boxes. Spurs have been a bit of a side of it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. He played with a bit more dynamism. Mickey van der Ven just throws it straight to Bernardo Silva. It doesn't work out for City. Then Mickey van der Ven fails to clear his line. It's not great by the Dutchman, but you look at the table. City, they have to win tonight, basically, don't they? Because their goal difference, although they draw level with Arsenal, 3 goals inferior to the good. Of course, you can't lose, can they? Because you do fancy Arsenal to beat Everton on the final day. So it's a game in the balance for the citizens, I think.
Foden coming forward down the right hand side, back into Rodri. Too many white shirts back for now for City. Them sitting compact to Spurs. Everyone for Spurs behind the ball, halfway into Spurs' half. Silva, Kovacic, to Akanji, knocking it around. And Johnson, he's pressing down well. City knocking it around confidently. Cal Walker, some space on the right side. He's asking for someone to come make that run. They play that passing behind. Let's use Spurs' high line against them. Being pushed far back. Poor touch there from Diaz. And the pressure telling there from Spurs. A winner throwing on the left hand side. 2 yards into Manchester City's half. Van der Ven to come and take. To Benton Kerr. Maybe Spurs can just up the tempo and up the pressure now onto City. Hoiberg coming forward.
ขนาดสนูปี้ยังใส่สีขาว แต่ตอนนี้เซ็งกันหมดแล้วเนี่ยพี่อยากให้เวลามันจบไปไวมาก
Very narrow as well. Trying to keep their position. Son now further left. Very opposite City are keeping the width with the full backs, and Spurs are keeping the width with the wingers. On Johnson on the right and Son on the left. But there's Porro there just teasing Manchester City out. Good interception there. Hoiberg tries to unleash from Johnson, and Kanji will just go back. It's just one of them where it's just such a massive game on both sides. It's early, but it just seems like both sides are
ใกล้อุดเหรอตอนเนี้ยใช่
Pass by Diaz there. Playing well with Van der Ven, but it's a throw in half pitch. Van der Ven takes it quickly into Benton Kerr.
มันก็ไม่ได้เชิงอุดนะมันก็สู้นะ แต่มันไม่ได้เร่งอะไรมากอ่ะพี่มันไม่ได้เร่งผมว่ามันสู้นะ
Yes, two sides always playing in front of each other at the moment. And you mentioned that City are happy to stay wide when they don't have the ball, but it's almost a 4-2-4 when Spurs don't have the ball. Really compact with the back four, 2 in front of them and the front 4 all in front of them. They're proving hard to play through. Spurs come forward.
Ball by Hoiberg into the path of Johnson down the right hand side. He's got a one-on-one with Vardy. All can he take him on? He does. He's right to push. He goes cross into the area. And just gets a touch and goes wide for another Spurs corner. Unlike last time, Nathan will just whip this in and get a good chance from the corner.
Yes, you think it'd be more direct. Played by Johnson. Didn't have too many options. Porro and Desau were the main ones in the box. Maddison and Son were being marked. The touch wasn't the best by Johnson. Maybe forced his hand. Guardiola may have got the last touch deflected into the goalkeeper's arm. Spills it out for a corner kick.
ไปโอ้ยเฮ้ย
Son up top, Romero, Van der Ven. Maddison swings it in into a dangerous area. It falls for Son. Goes for a strike at goal. Doesn't really get
เอาเหอะอย่าดูถูกสเปอร์นะครับพี่น้องครับ
Goal kick there is actually pointed for. You see Maddison looks at a corner, possibly a free kick to come off, and he's just arguing.
What is Maddison going to get out of this? It just seems silly. He should be getting into position straight. He sprinted 30 yards to have a go at the linesman. And you know what? It might be right. And he is right, but he's not going to change his mind. I think Maddison, he's come back into the side. He's got 1 goal in 17 appearances, which is a stark difference to what we saw before his injury. It was an ankle problem, unfortunate against Chelsea, but he's also seems to become increasingly irritated by himself and his teammates and everybody. Rather than he's got all the talent in the world. He's wanting to focus on the game.
Like you said, he's got a point, but the referee will have some right. Let me just change because you've told me to. The referee referee, the linesman's decision is going to stand. Spurs coming forward now. Now on the right side with Porro, he's got space, going to get his head up and put a ball in. Tries to dink it into the middle, headed away by Rodri. Generally Spurs players forward to come and get that touch. And Foden goes away and he's absolutely clattered. But Manchester City are coming around the counter-attack. The referee go back there to play the advantage. I think he says the advantage is over, but Foden absolutely clattered there. He's surprised that he didn't see the average sometimes.
Well, maybe they're checking it, but that's once the advantage is over. It's such a bad challenge. You have to bring him back.
ตนไปไหนครับเงียบจังนั่นน่ะดิเอาแล้วมาอีกแล้ว
We'll have to see it again whether it's
โอ้โหอะไรของมึงวะ
in there, Bentancur, and there was no advantage to Manchester City. And
โอ้โหเฮีย
well, but the rules, I guess, aren't they? But it just seems a bit of a strange one that Spurs could now go and win, score from this period of play.
Forward with Romero, now he's touched
โอ้โหเกมเดือดว่ะเพื่อนเกมเดือดว่ะเกมเดือดว่ะเกมเดือดว่ะเกมเดือดว่ะเพื่อนเกมเดือดเกมเดือด
Well, I think VAR might look at he's no intention of playing the ball there. I know it's silly. He knows he's beaten there. It's his 7th yellow card of the season, but there is no way he can win the ball there. I think they talk about sin bins and orange card. I think that would be on the threshold, that wouldn't it?
Yeah, like you said, Foden taking the ball away from him, and it wasn't like it was inches away from the ball and he's eyeing the ball. He quite clearly just wanted
ต้นเหลืองไปเลยครับเพื่อนๆเป็นทางครูกูเป็นทางครูแม่งตอนก่อนเจ็บอะแม่งผมมาโคตรชอบเลยนะพี่แม่งเก่งมากแม่งเก่งมากเพื่อนผมชอบสไตล์การเล่นของเบนทังคูอ่ะคนแบบเบนทังคูอิสโก้อะไรเงี้ยพี่ผมว่ามันเล่นฉลาดดีเล่นกองกลางแบบเป็นตัวโฮดดิ้งใช่ไหม
Yeah, that's what they had Romero sent off in this fixture last season, and yellow card does leave Bentancur vulnerable. He's had his injury problems, maybe not as quick as he was before those, and that was a desperate challenge of a player who's out of position, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah, he knew that Foden had beaten him. He knew that the space was in behind the City. Maybe he was hoping that I can take him out here and the referee will blow the whistle to stop the play dead, and at least we can reset them. Then he gave the advantage for City, and the referee said, well, the advantage has gone on too long. Maybe that was the referee's opinion on it. Spurs had the chance to go forward themselves, so maybe all Bentancur wanted.
ตอนนี้รักษาเสมอได้ก็เป็นพอแล้วพี่เพราะถ้าเป็นอย่างเงี้ยเราก็ได้เปรียบไงพี่คะแนนเท่ากันแต่ซิตี้ประตูตามได้เสียเราตามอยู่3แม่งก็ซิตี้ตามอาร์เซนอล3ใช่ไหมซิตี้ตามอาร์เซนอล3แล้วแม่งก็นี่ได้เลยแจ๋วเลยพี่
In a triangle right now, but a very narrow triangle. Again, maybe trying to keep those underlapping Spurs fullbacks at least a bit further back, because they were so narrow in the same position, making it hard for Spurs to then go forward with that.
Yeah, it's almost like a boxing midfield, isn't it? With De Bruyne off Haaland, but then Foden and Silva playing in front of Kovacic and Rodri. That's good play by Rodri. Finds Kovacic. The break could be on.
To Vardiol now, he's got space down the left-hand side. Lovely ball out to the right side to Bernardo Silva. He's got space. He's going to bring it back on his left boot. Is he going to use De Bruyne? Goes further back to Walker. He takes a touch, whips a good ball into the back foot. Into Vardiol. Shot at goal. Just goes wide. It was always falling well for Vardiol, but he did done very well. He's hit that off. If anything's there, I know it's been hard to put it back down. I think he's just on side as well. If he could have got maybe another chance, he would have tried to put it back into the danger all of that.
Yeah. Maybe caught in two minds there as well. He got those 2 goals at the weekend, could have got a hat-trick, but didn't take the penalty kick, but he gets across and almost comes off his ankle, because I think you can see his foot's open because he's not quite sure whether he's going to shoot or try and just siphon it back to Hall, who's ahead of Romero. Looks like he could have an issue, so that'd be a worry.
กวาดิโอมึงก็เกือบทำกูอีกแล้วเพื่อน
World Cup winner, just
กวาดิโอสัตว์
colleagues. Guardiola in discussion with one of his assistants. Romero's on. Spurs take the goal kick short. Porro under pressure from Phil Foden. Well played by Porro to get it out, but almost, well, not actually. Well, they're playing into City's hands, but they might be able to get away, Spurs.
Yeah, Romero just walking a little bit gingerly, not passing into Madison, but also a ball touch from Romero there. Ball back high,
ครึ่งแรกขอไก่สัก1 ลูกก่อนหลังเรือตีเสมอก็ยังดีก็เข้าทางปืนแต่ตอนนี้น่าจะค่อนข้างยากอยู่พี่
to Walker, bit of good. Maybe the momentum's just swinging City's way now. Poor touch there by Diaz, and he will win a free kick. It was Tassar, and looked like it was a poor pass from Diaz, but it was a foul on him there. Spurs fought that a counter attack from Junior with Son. Diaz has a free kick sparing. He blushes there a little bit. And if anything, I think Diaz is a fantastic player. A few times now, he's just had that poor touch. His concentration levels are dropping, and feels so with Manchester City a few years ago. It gets to half time, 0-0. Side of go. We've got City on the ropes here. We've got to, maybe we can frustrate. But now it just seems in one of them where City goes, we know what we're going to do. We know the tactic. Right up until the 90th minute, they're
โอ้โห
always in
เยี่ย
it.
ฟาว
And Spurs, they're putting up a fantastic fight right now. But will it take again that
Guardiola.
to Guardiola? Finishes it.
เฮ้ยแต่กวาดิโอแม่งฟอร์มดีนะเว้ยเพื่อนไอสัตว์ทีแรกแม่งก็ยังแบบยังไม่รู้ว่ามึงจะเล่นตำแหน่งไหนดีแต่พอแม่งปรับตัวได้นั้นแหละไอสัตว์แม่งเก่งเลยเพื่อน
It's so obvious, isn't it? It's just you almost anticipate it, but that's what I mean. Romero is now out of position as City look to come forward. Drag his hands quickly, and he'll beat Kevin De Bruyne to the ball. Does really well actually Romania to play it off De Bruyne out for a goal kick, but City control the play and control. It's not just on the play, Spurs. I just feel that there's a couple of individual errors in there. We saw the Bentancur foul third, and Romero. We know he's not a new thing, but he does have
ติดขัดไปหมดฮ่าฮ่ามึงโดนแน่ฟูคนเนี้ยมึงเสร็จแน่มึงเสร็จแน่มึงเสร็จแน่
Physical, but also is that a detriment to the team? We know Romero's a fantastic player, but I just say if he just sometimes could lose his head there, and Foden wins the free kick out the pitch against Pedro Porro. And Porro's he's arguing his case, picking the ball up, but it's just one of them.
He didn't touch the ball until he picked it up. It's a strange one, and it was from behind as well. Yes, he's.
ไม่รู้อ่ะ
I think Romero is a
ไอโฟ
wonderful
กสนามบิ๊กเปล่า
He wanted to concentrate on the game.
ไม่รู้อ่ะบีเนี่ยแหละอาจจะใช่ก็ได้นะเว้ย
Unfortunately, he gets caught out of position because he seems to be distracted by almost
กระทุ่ม
playing
แบนน่ะว่าจะใช่นะเว้ยจริง
Oh, he sees a man who's going to shoulder barge this boy out of the way, and then as you say, out of position. But when it comes to out and out defenders, he's one of the top ones in the world. City do have an opportunity now. De Bruyne to take on
ดูทรงแล้ว
puts it into the back post. Carry
ดูทรงแล้วแม่งในนี่เลย
area well, rolls it out to Van de Ven. Maybe he wasn't expecting.
ใช่พม่าเยอะ
Sar's got it back, touch into, and then good pass into Madison.
สนามบีอะไรสักอย่างกูก็ไม่เข้าใจ
Drop deep and
กูก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกันเจ้านายมาเดิมเขามาถามกูไงเจ้านายกูเพิ่งอายุมากกว่ากูปีเดียวเองมั้ง
Back into Son, and it's this lovely player from Spurs.
เจ้านายกูยังวัยรุ่นอยู่เลยเจ้าของบริษัทอะ
Tries to Johnson, lovely defending from Valley to come away with the ball, and he's not going to come away with the ball. He's still going. He's got support down the right hand side. Plays a lovely ball out to Silva. Looks like Spurs were catching City out. Now it's City catching Spurs out. Now Silva tries to put one into the area, takes the deflection off of Dragusin, and it falls into the arms of Vicario. And now, just as we were approaching half time, the game is opening up a little bit.
That was great, wasn't it, from both sides there.
เอาเว้ยไปแล้วไปแล้ว โอ้โหเฮียจ่ายโคตรโง่เลยเพื่อนๆดูดิโหย
Højbjerg should have taken out Guardiola, shouldn't he? It all opened up on that. It was a poor pass by Bentancur, then a missed tackle from Højbjerg, but he got back in numbers. Spurs played out really well from the back, and got back in numbers. So it was good by them.
ทำไมวะสเปอร์เฮียมึงไม่วิ่งกันหน่อยปะ
He did take a deflection, but he also didn't maybe get the power or the curl into the back post. He had Haaland there, he had Foden there, and a few bodies up there just couldn't get it into a City shirt. Now City do come forward. Haaland spreads the play to the left-hand side to
ไอ้เฮียดูดิเพื่อน
turns back onto his right and slows the attack down. Maybe he'll like to just take a touch and with the ball in his favoured left foot, but City still have the ball in dangerous position. Roger tries to spread it to the left-hand side, take a touch off his first player. Is that one of collection item piece there. It's placed the pass up nicely into
เอาเว้ยตรงมังบอลเปล่าไม่รู้เหมือนกันอ่ะเขาเจ้านายบอกว่ามีพวกไอ้แตงโมไปเตะด้วยอ่ะมีพวกยูทูบเบอร์แล้วพวกไอ้แตงโมเล่นด้วยเขาพูดอย่างเงี้ยผมก็ไม่รู้ว่ามันที่ไหนอะเจ้าของบริษัทอะนะพี่คเนศผมก็ยังไม่กล้าไปเล่นหรอกแรงยังไม่มียังไงก็ขอให้ไก่ไม่แพ้เป็นพอถูกพี่ไม่แพ้ก็พอแล้ว
Brilliant defending by Dragozan. Such good anticipation. He knows where
Oh,
the
way.
ball is going to land. It comes through Bernardo at the back post. Great play by Bernardo. I think it's just about onside. He fizzes it across goal. Haaland gets the shot in. Good block by Van der Ven. And Dragozan sets himself. He knows what he needs to do. Get his
โอ้โหยิงอีกไอ้เหี้ยไม่ได้อีกโอ้โหโคตรโชคดีอ่ะโหดูปฏิกิริยาแอคชั่นแรกนะของปฏิกิริยามนุษย์ของคนเราอ่ะพี่ดูรู้เลยโอ้โหล้ำหูดาวคูชินแม่งบล็อกสวยจัดเพื่อนๆดูปฏิกิริยาแรกรู้เลยว่ามันไม่อยากแพ้อ่ะพี่มันไม่ได้มายอมแพ้เลยเนี่ยพี่โหไม่ทดเวลาเลยเพื่อนลาดูดาวคูชินเพื่อนๆแม่งกองหลังทีมชาติโรมาเนียแม่งใช้ได้เนี่ยเพื่อนอายุ22เนี่ยอุ้ย
Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort after some chaotic Spurs defending, but Van Dragozan
ใช้ได้จัดเลยเพื่อนมันเคยอยู่ทีมแล้ววะเนี่ยเจนัวเคยอยู่เจนัวมาใช้ได้เลยอ่ะพี่ไอเด็กคนนี้มันใช้ได้วะ22เองอ่ะเคยอยู่ยูเว่ด้วย
Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort after some chaotic Spurs defending, but Van Dragozan got back
ใช้ได้จัดคนเนี้ยถูกแจ๋วเลย
Half-time, it's 0-0 between Tottenham and Manchester City. Tottenham had lots of possession but struggled for chances, and Manchester City have opened up as the game has gone on. Phil Foden had the best opportunity. The ball deflected on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Foden striking for goal. Good save by Vicario on the stroke of half-time. Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort after some chaotic Spurs defending, but Van Dragozan got back and headed over the crossbar. 0-0 at the break. It's 0-0 between Tottenham and Manchester City. Tottenham had lots of possession but struggled for chances, and Manchester City have opened up as the game has gone on. Phil Foden had the best opportunity. The ball deflected on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Foden striking for goal. Good save by Vicario on the stroke of half-time. Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort after some chaotic Spurs defending, but Van Dragozan got back and headed over the crossbar. 0-0 at the break. Half-time, it's 0-0 between Tottenham and Manchester City.
ได้ยินไหมว่าเสียงใครไก่จ๋ายังไงก็ไก่ไม่แพ้นะ
Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort.
ไก่ไม่แพ้เป็นพอไก่สู้ไก่สู้ตาย
And headed over the crossbar. 0-0 at the break. It's 0-0 between Tottenham and Manchester City. Tottenham had lots of possession but struggled for chances, and Manchester City have opened up as the game has gone on. Phil Foden had the best opportunity. The ball deflected on Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Foden striking for goal. Good save by Vicario on the stroke of half-time. Bernardo Silva perhaps should have opened the score with a left-footed effort after some chaotic Spurs. Got back and headed over the crossbar.
แฟนซิตี้แฟนทีมอื่นๆเป็นยังไงบ้างครับเห็นไก่ไก่สู้เรือได้นะเสมอกูสบายใจแล้วเพื่อนนัดหน้าชนะครับ 2-0 3-0 ก็ เป็นแชมป์แล้ว รอสักแป๊บนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่สวัสดีครับ วันนี้ลุ้นสเปอร์เพื่อนผมหน่อยนะพี่แฟนเชลซีคนนี้เดี๋ยวดูก่อนว่าโทรศัพท์มือถืออะไรครับ ใครเหรอผมเหรออ๋อดูโทรศัพท์มือถือดูอะไรครับกำลังคุยดูงานอยู่กำลังดูงานอยู่ตอนนี้กำลังรออยู่เพื่อน แมนเชสเตอร์ซิตี้ไม่ชนะตัดสินแชมป์นัดสุดท้ายถูกครับพี่จักรินถ้าไก่ไม่แพ้แล้วสุดท้ายทำให้เราเป็นแชมป์จะซื้อเสื้อสเปอร์มาใส่สักตัวได้แน่นอนพี่เดี๋ยวผมจัดเลยพี่เดี๋ยวผมซื้อเสื้อสเปอร์มาใส่ไลฟ์สดเลยเดี๋ยวซื้อ2ตัวด้วยทีมเย้าทีมเยือนเลยแล้วผมว่าจะเอาเสื้อสเปอร์มาแฝนด้วยเฮดทูเฮดมึงอย่ามาสู้อะไรกูไอ้ฟุกปีเนี้ยฮะลูกได้เสียก็ดีกว่าวัดเฮดทูเฮดอะเฮดทูเฮดมึงไม่ชนะกูเลยมึงอย่าลืมไอ้ฟุกเฮดทูเฮดอะถูกปะล่ะถ้าลูกได้เสียเท่ากันวัดเฮดทูเฮดอะเซตซิตี้อาร์เซนอลชนะ1เสมอ1เอาเว้นเพื่อนครึ่งหลังมาแล้วมา
Madison, Son and Johnson in attack. The City side, Edison in goal, Walker, Diaz, Akanji and Guardiola across the back. Vucic and Rodri in midfield. De Bruyne, Bernardo and Foden behind Erling Haaland. Benton goes on a yellow card. Spurs. Talking points from the first half. A couple of chances for City, but nothing too really clear-cut, you'd say, barring that Foden one that was saved by Vicario, which was a mistake by Højbjerg, and a good block by Dragosan on the bench. Spurs have played themselves into a real load of trouble. Great save by Vicario. Spurs looked to have the situation under control. It was a goal kick, and they played, well, to City. The ball just bounced to De Bruyne, who on the spin went for goal. It's good play by De Bruyne, who's basically his goal hanging, waiting for the error to come. Shoots low at half, Vicario down to his left-hand side, makes a save. I was going to suggest that my entry in Luis Sandra can be joined by Luis Rapati.
โอ้โหเฮียเดอะบอย
And he had 11 touches in the first half. How would Man City get
โอ้โหเฮียยังไม่ลุ้นแชมป์ครับลุ้นดิพี่ทำไมจะไม่ลุ้นน่ะ
They've played into the City trap.
ใช่
And it's almost broken the deadlock.
I think that's the thing as well with Spurs when they're playing out from the back. There's no in between. It's either they look confident, they knock it around, they beat the City press in some sense with ease, or they play like that and you're just like, well, they're going to mess up here, they're going to mess up there, and they did that time. But City have flown out the traps in this second half. Clearly, there's been something said from Pep Guardiola, some sort of statement. We need to win this game. This can lead us to the title on Sunday. It's what we want. It's what we're after. Really good start from City. But as you say, maybe it's about who can make the first mistake and then what other team can capitalise on it. If not for Vicario with some fantastic saves, I do think City would be already a few goals to the good from that Foden chance, from that De Bruyne chance there.
เฮ้ยเมื่อกี้เฮียเดอะบอยเป็นบ้าอะไรของมึงเนี่ยเกือบไปแล้วเพื่อน
So early, didn't see Guardiola. They're having a huddle on the pitch and sorting a few things out between themselves. Ruben Diaz certainly speaking, Walker the skipper as well. As Bernardo Silva had that great opportunity, Dragosan anticipating it and making a block on the line. De Bruyne teases it in towards Foden. The ball's too strong. Porro will calmly bring it away. Saunters forwards and plays it down the line to Pape Mattei Sarr. He's been really good this evening, really bright breaking form in midfield. Hold up, he's got Johnson to his right, he uses the Welshman. Sonson at the back post. They need to track that run. It's Edison, well played by the goalkeeper. We saw the run, but none of the City players seemed to. Son got in front of both Akanji and Diaz, who perhaps went to sleep. It's Bernardo Silva who gets back, doesn't track the man, and Edison spreads himself, on trying to lift. He can't quite get the purchase. The goalkeeper does so well there.
Yeah, really good save. Medicine there.
เอาเว้ยไปหน่อยเว้ยเอาเว้ยเอาสเปอร์เอายิงไอ้เหี้ยติดเซฟ
Solid the box and it's going to get whipped away, cleared away. That run from Son was perfect, as you said. Trying to just
เฮ้ยมีเหมือนกัน
really get the power and the placement that he wants. And a really good save from Medicine. And again, showing that even though City have come out and the traps flying, that Spurs, they're going to be able to counter-attack. And it's obviously the more bodies City throw forward, the more chances they have Spurs in behind. Proven right there. City playing out from the back, Spurs are pressing high, so it seems to be that maybe coming into this second half, it was a very good first half, a good tactical battle, but in this second half it feels like for both teams it's a must win, so they're going to throw massive volleys forward.
Spurs tend to be slow starters and better in the second half as well, don't they? As Benton
พี่ว่าพี่สักกลินพี่ว่าสเปอร์มันจะต้านอยู่ไหมพี่ว่าดูจากนั้นเนี่ยพี่คเนศด้วยแล้วก็พี่ท่านอื่นครับพี่เอ็นทีด้วยพี่ว่าสเปอร์มันจะต้านอยู่ไหมนัดเนี้ยผมว่าแม่งมีโอกาสแล้วเวลาแม่งหวดมาใจแม่งก็ปุบเลยอะถ้านอนได้แชมป์นะเดี๋ยวผมมาหาอะไรแจกเลยอะตอนนี้
Romero, nice inside ball to Benton Cove. Turns away from Rodri, then plays it through to Madison. Good ball outside the right boot, finds Son. He'll have a run at Walker here, cuts inside, gets the shot away as well, but it's blocked by Diaz. Inside left position where Son wants to be. The shot well blocked by Diaz. Spurs enjoying a spell of possession. Benton Cove fizzes it into Madison, who controls well the pass towards Romero more than anything. Well, Foden wins the 50-50. He's going to go past Bentancur. He can't bring him down, of course, on that yellow card. Foden's ball across. Oh, just evaded Haaland. The same as well for De Bruyne. Silva picks up at the back post. Through to De Bruyne. Plays it across the 6-yard box. 1-0, surely. Haaland with his 26th Premier League goal of the season. It was oh so easy in the end. Well worked by Manchester City. Spurs just couldn't quite follow the runners, and I think he might have even been fatigued. It was a breathless period of play that, and City had taken the lead.
Just over 6 minutes into the second half, and just spot on. Just been so back and forth in this opening second half period, and it's just all.
เอาเฮ้ยเดอะบอยโอ้ยเฮีย
And it's also because Benson Kerr with that silly yellow card in the
คุย
first half. He can't bring Foden down. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't give away.
โดนแล้วเฮีย
First half. Bring Foden down, just seeing if De Bruyne's onside. He is onside there, and he just puts a lovely ball into the 6-yard box across the goal.
โอ้ยเอ้ย
He's had a lot of easy calls in this Manchester City team, but I don't know if he will get an easier goal. Tapped it in off the inside.
โอ้โหโดนเลยว่ะพี่เพื่อน
That's 1.00 right there, and City have the lead. Now, if anything, it's about a Spurs going to push bodies forward, and then City can just maybe get second or third and really wrap the game off.
โอ้โหไม่ล้ำด้วย
Into it and really give City a test for the rest of the second half.
Yeah, I think that's touch number 12, wasn't it, from
เฮีย
Passed it into the empty net.
ปวดหลับบนนอนเพื่ออะไรเนี่ยใช่พี่ซิตี้นำแล้ว 1-0
Of course, they're pushing for last Champions League place and still wanting to qualify for the Europa as well. Newcastle away at Manchester United tomorrow. Brighton hosting Chelsea are also in the mix. As things stand, that would be a Champions League football for us for the first time ever, in fact.
เซ็งเลยครับพี่
Heading into the final day, and of course they've got a tough, really tough game away at Crystal Palace. Spurs are home to Sheffield United, but sorry Villa fans, but more importantly at the top of the league, Manchester City as things stand are now 2 points ahead of Arsenal, having both played 37 games. Long way to go though. City will want to get it second, and Spurs will feel the danger as they have been on the break. That is of course Manchester City's first ever Premier League goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There's been some sort of coming together here, and Son's going to be spoken to by Chris Kavanagh. Is it he being responsible or him being the skipper? We'll have to see a replay, I think.
Yeah, just seeing what happened there. Just weird seeing pictures of Pep Guardiola around Postecoglou. Pep is always energetic on the sideline. He'll be happy inside with a look, but as you say, he'll be now getting back. He's got the second goal. We need to really kill the game. Let's go for the third goal. Like so, we're just maybe, as you say, maybe on captain duties there, just having a word with the referee, something over. Players restarted, but now the momentum's with City, can they get that second goal in the next few minutes instead of letting Tottenham just take the sting out of the game, get back into the game, and with it all with just one goal behind, can they get that second goal in the next few minutes?
โดนซะแล้วจะเอาคืนได้หรือเปล่านะเซ็งเลยว่ะพี่
Looking to get back into it, but at the same time, City is in trouble the second half. Don't like a matter of time, but will grab the second two.
Here's something that's been discussed, isn't it, at the Euros, just the captains speaking to the referees, which works in rugby, doesn't it? And maybe something to look into. Just seeing that Spurs, no other side has won more times when conceding first. Rodrigo Bentancur has gone off the field. It is a substitution. I don't know if it was for injury or what it was, but Mikhail's walked on the side there. Kulusevski is going to come on for his former Juventus teammates. That might mean a reshuffle, although he has gone right into the middle of the park, Kulusevski, alongside Madison, so it's almost dual false nines, isn't it? As Van der Ven, the first time he's got beyond Son, tries to play him behind to Kulusevski. Kanji comes across and gives it to Edison, he'll clear. Sliding doors, of course, in football, that Son effort brilliantly blocked by Edison. The goal was probably less than a minute after that, wasn't it? As Porro just sweeps up and gives it to
ดีครับสวัสดีครับพี่
1-0 Manchester City lead.
พี่เอ็มบัปเป้นี่ผมเรียกพี่เอ็มบัปเป้นำแล้วเหรอดิฟุกอีอ่ะ
Really needs taking his right hand side, on his left is
นำแล้ว 1-0
seen well Bentancur. He's going to the upholsterers tomorrow because he's kicked his seats in frustration at being taken off. He lashed out and he almost lashed back. He just had a step backwards as it's kind of ricocheted or sprung back towards him. You can tell his frustration, wasn't happy at all, but you know, he couldn't tackle Foden.
เป็นทั้งคู่แม่งดูรู้เลยว่าแม่งหมดอ่ะพี่
The entry for the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's more as well that when you do look back on that yellow card in the first half, it was a silly one in retrospective, and you look at it as well, even sillier because of what the outcome was. If he's not a yellow card there, he can just take Foden out, stop the attack, get the yellow card that way. Also, it looks like it's one of them where, look, we're 1-0 down, we need a more attacking player on the field, so it looks like that'll be Kulusevski coming on as well as you're on a yellow card. Let's get yourself off. But De Bruyne's just gone down a bit. Yellow card for Spurs. He
seems to be arriving in agony, doesn't he? Happy Sarr picked up the second yellow of the evening.
เอาไอ้เหี้ยอะไรของพวกมึงกันวะสเปอร์มึงตัดบอลได้มึงก็อะไรก็ไม่รู้แม่งเหมือนแม่งไม่เต็มใจเล่นเลยไอ้เหี้ยสเปอร์
Not in the manner. It's right down the Achilles of De Bruyne. The boots come off, but he's in real. Well, at that time in the season, aren't we, with looking towards the Euros? He's in significant stress. Is De Bruyne? We look towards the subs bench because Lewis could be an option. I think Matches Nunes would be the one, or John Stones if they had to make a change. We're going to see the goal again. Romero, he loses the 50-50 to Foden. Almost anticipates he's going to get a yellow card. Bentancur thinks about taking him down. He knows he can't. He goes through a couple of legs. The play does break down, but it's a lovely bit of play by De Bruyne. Højbjerg maybe should track his run. He just drifts into space, puts his head down.
เป็นทั้งคู่ครับเป็นทั้งคู่กับปาบซา
Haaland just has to be there, doesn't he? Passes the ball into the net. Porro just reacts after him. You can see that Postecoglou is one of those you can probably see unraveling in front of his eyes, but it's a bit harder to do it. Bit harder. Top level football is faster than we are, I guess. Yes, I'm trying to say. 100%. It's a bit more poetically, but so that's assist, Premier League assist 112 for De Bruyne, moves ahead of Cesc Fabregas, who had 111. Ryan Giggs, the Bruyne has probably got another 5 years ahead of him, but might not catch Giggs on 162. So we see the camera scan around the stands, and it seems the Tottenham fans maybe reveling in their bitter Northern rivals' perhaps misery. It looks like Arsenal are going to head into the final day as the underdogs, but to go now for Tottenham will change everything. Looks like De Bruyne's evening might be over, but it could have been worse. He is back and he's moving. The boot's not gone on. He's speaking to the physios and the doctors. Guardiola comes across to discuss things with his playmaker. He's actually going to try and run it off, whatever it is. I think it was an Achilles, wasn't it? I say the studs went down and the boot came off. City back underway. Akanji, Rodri back to Ederson as we tick towards the... Oh, that's not a good ball by Rodri, but Akanji, and a bit of ball by Johnson almost intercepting that. Guardiola really well as he played it off. But Oro, City not be complacent, because I guess Spurs do have talent in Son and Maddison and Johnson, amongst others. Kulusevski on there now. Guardiola's still speaking to Graham Scott, is the official. He's got the unenvious job of being the fourth official. He's going to play out from the back, playing short. Ederson almost had the ball intercepted by Kulusevski. Walker's attempted clearance is blocked by Van der Ven. I know teams have been doing this for 3 or 4 years.
ประธานเป้จบฤดูกาลจะไปอยู่กับเรอัลมาดริดครับยูฟ่าจริงเหรอพี่เดี๋ยวผมรอนี่อยู่อ่ะ
Yeah, especially when they like that, aren't they? Spurs are pressing high, putting pressure onto Manchester City, but Spurs are flying forward now.
Yeah, Maddison's got it in the box, puts it across, it's deflected, it's going to be a corner kick, and that almost came from City not clearing their lines.
ใช่ถ้าไม่ได้บัปเป้ไปดาโหแม่งสู้ยากเลยกูบอกเลยให้แม่งเหมือนตอนมีเบนเซม่าพีคๆอ่ะในบัปเป้อ่ะแล้วแม่งความเร็วกว่าเบนเซม่าคล่องเหมือนเบนเซม่ายิงเหมือนเบนเซม่าแต่ได้ความเร็วความวัยรุ่นกว่าความคล่องตัว
follow the ball out, give it to Højbjerg, to Kulusevski.
เฮ้ยมันจะเอาฟองโซเดวิดด้วยเหรอของไอ้นี่อ่ะนะของไอ้บาเยิร์นอ่ะนะแล้วก็เทนด้วยเหรอเจ้าเทนด้วยเหรอโอ้ยเฮีย
You got to say, Romero has to go for the ball, but so does Ederson, and yeah, but I can say it might take a bit of sorting out.
Yeah, looks like a soul for Ederson as well. You have to say Romero looks like he's going for it, but he also knows that, have calls of contact there. You saw a lot of City players going to the referee, 3 or 4 of them.
เรียบร้อยโอ้โห
This should happen. It's a foul for us. I
โอ้
will
โห
say
โรเมโล
it's just over here, but there was a lovely ball from Kulusevski. If it's just a little bit more to the back post, if you will. I think Romero's got a bit of a tap in there as well, really good opportunity. But if anything, that little few minutes rest of De Bruyne getting some medical attention has really kick-started Tottenham into the game.
Well, Stefan Ortega's the sub-goalkeeper. It was one of those where, because it was overhit, Ederson almost had to hesitate to recheck his position. That meant that Romero could go for it. They came together, he stretched Romero. Ederson is so brave. But the stretcher we just seen going behind Pep Guardiola. Right, they're going to take the time over Ederson here. We're still laying on the floor. All the players gather around the Manchester City goalkeeper. Chris Kavanagh is trying to get some space away from everybody. Are we going to see a replay? This might be one of those that it might be a bit of an ugly one, so we might not see a replay. It's going to be at least a yellow card for Christian Romero, 7th of the season. That has been confirmed, but still referee Kavanagh debates things with the VAR officials.
ปิดไฟนอนนะเอเดซอนเจ็บปะเนี่ยไอ้เหี้ย
Son rather. The two skippers speaking with the referee. Pep Guardiola unhappy, as you'd imagine. Vigorously takes the cap off his water bottle, and his assistant almost had a bit of a smile to himself there. He was almost like, don't make eye contact. It's one of those. Stefan Ortega has gone out to warm up. Rangers were 2-0 down there, now 4-2 up. Over to Dundee. Celtic in action away at Kilmarnock tomorrow evening. Win for the boys will see them win the title. But, they've struggled at Killie this season. Good news, Ederson is back up and sitting up. And yeah, I think probably the right call from the TV director that we've not seen a replay.
Yeah, as you say, it looked like just from the outset of it was that Mero maybe a knee or at least a boot into the face of Ederson. Ederson is back to his feet now, but as we know with concussion protocols and any injury to the head, it's one of them where we could see Ederson go off more than anything just as a precaution, just to save something. He does look alright, he's back on his feet, he doesn't look like sometimes you see someone with their eyes and they're not all there. It does look alright, but as you say, Ortega, he's warming up. There is a yellow card for a player or a manager or one of the staff members on the bench. Manchester City's coaching members. Just a bit of, we saw Pep Guardiola getting a bit emotional, getting a bit frantic on the side. The referee has given a yellow card.
Yeah, you get the feeling that they have seen it. So there's a couple of how do you say, the City backroom staff. One's got a yellow card. That bizarre situation with Liverpool last night, wasn't it? If one of the backroom staff got a yellow card, Jurgen Klopp wouldn't have been on the bench at the weekend for his farewell game, but that went unscathed. 3-3 draw last night. Ederson is back up. He will restart the game. Just, shakes his head and slips. I think it was the footwear not holding rather than lack of coordination or anything like that. So we'll have to monitor his situation as Porro is it for it, blocked by Phil Foden. Shakes his head. The camera focus on the Brazilian goalkeeper. For those that will only have the debate if Manchester City concede is whether it could have been a concussion sub, or we don't actually know if he made contact with his head, do we? Because we haven't seen a replay. Just miscontrols. Mixed night him in an unfamiliar position of
นอนดีกว่ามั้งดูทรงแล้วเพื่อนนอนดีกว่า
focus on Ederson. Yeah, well, I think they're going to make the right call. Our Manchester City, Stefan Ortega is ready to come on, or preparing himself at least.
ปิดไฟนอน
De Bruyne, Haaland, Silva now down the right-hand side, try and keep in the Spurs half out the citizens. Walk into Kovacic, who almost loses out to Pape Mate Sarr. Back to his goalkeeper, who will look up, hesitate, give it to De Bruyne, who gives it away to Pape Mate Sarr. All that I said about they're going to try and keep it in the Spurs half has not quite worked out for the citizens. Tottenham have it through Maddison. Now Sarr into Højbjerg. He'll give it to Pedro Porro. Still 1-0 to Manchester City. Early Haaland's goal, the difference between the sides. Porro, he's got Son in space. Kyle Walker chests it back to the goalkeeper. Still doesn't go off, and well, of course this will be a window, won't it, for a substitution, so they want to make another change here to City, and Doku is ready, and I imagine perhaps Kevin De Bruyne, they might be thinking for a precaution after that Achilles knocking choke from going to go inside. Doku will play from the left. Romero fouls Doku, and I think we are going to see that double change now.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I think as well as you say, there's 3 windows for the 5 substitutions to be made, isn't there? So whilst you're having to make the substitution with Ederson going off, which is just making now, and Stefan Ortega coming on there, yeah, well, we'll get the other one off as well. We will just see the replay now. It's Romero going for it. He just collides with the right side of his hip nearly, his knee area. He just collides with his head. So, as you say, it's just better to be just as a precaution, isn't it?
It's still to the face and the head, isn't it? And Kevin De Bruyne's a good player. I'm a fan of cycling, and cyclist Luke Rowe has just retired, and he's through concussion. He's going to retire at the end of the season, and he went to see a concussion specialist, and so he had his brain scan and all those kind of things. He said, once you've, I think this is either his first, maybe his second that you know of, and he said, you get fined, and that's it. You have to stop. That's what they tell the rugby players, and yeah, it's one of those things because you can't
ขอแบบวิลล่า ดูทรงว่าจะยากอ่ะ TNT
tomorrow it might be 3 weeks down the line that this starts to hit, and you've got to take the precautions. I think that's really good by Manchester City. Again, step off my hobby horse or my soapbox or whatever, but it's just one of those things that I think football is still trying to catching up on other sports with, as Doku is fouled in the middle of the park. The advantage is played, he gets his first and then second touch, the Belgian. Nice ball by Rodri, wide to Bernardo Silva. Hint of a hand by the Portuguese, but he breaks into the box, into Foden, lets the ball run across his body. He is the number 10 now, he can't quite work it out now. Pape Mate Sarr to clear his lines. Johnson does really well, fouled by Kovacic. There's a move in ball. Well, Kovacic looked like a yellow card. It's a weird one, that, isn't it? Because they would have had to bring it back, but he couldn't, because the ball was moving, but he couldn't take that chance. So he's now got a yellow card. It's fourth of the season, so at least he won't be suspension bar you're setting off. Ederson continues to look frustrated, rips his gloves off. John Stones is looking pretty pensive next to him. That's just Nunez, fellow Portuguese speaker, looking after the Brazilian goalkeeper. We are into the final quarter of the game. It is nicely balanced. Spurs 0, Manchester City 1, and Lewis will take us through to full-time as Rangers go 5-2 up.
Looks like game over in Scotland. Is trying to put pressure on Celtic, as we know, it looks like that Celtic will get the title this season. Spurs coming forward now with Porro to Johnson down the right hand side, just trying to stretch the pitch now. And Spurs with the ball and into the middle. Kulusevski, it's dangerous area. But look by Rodri. Kulusevski still going same well by Ortega. His first real test of being in goal since he's come. Only been on the pitch a few minutes. Lovely play by Rodri. Just a bit of a bouncing off her feet, bouncing off her legs. Falls for Kulusevski once again. It's a good save. Nearly goes through the legs of Ortega. Really good save. And what I was going to say to you, he's one of them that just because Ortega's just come on, he's a fantastic goalkeeper, all know, but he's just come on, not really had a proper warm-up as a goalkeeper. And Wilfred Jackson second just forward as pace out, stopping down. If you're Spurs, do you get on the ball and have a bit of a popper Ortega? If Doku tries to come forward, tries to play one through into Haaland, the game's really opening up now. Spurs need that goal. City want that second goal to really kill the game. He's going to add some pace and some power.
แม่งเอ้ยกูรู้เนี่ยไอ้สัตว์เกือบรอดดาบ
Perhaps the cynic in me suggesting days gone by that time might have gone when the Ederson was on the field. They thought he might be shaking. Tried to take advantage. Not necessarily right, but it's kind of the game, isn't it? As Foden brings it on.
Foden, lovely play out to Doku. Doku's on the left. Foden in that number 10 position. Doku whips one in to the back post, looking for the head of Erling Haaland. Doesn't take a touch off Cario. Doesn't, it will call for another corner. We've got Doku coming on. If anything, Pedro Porro coming forward. That's what they need, is that pacing behind of Doku to really stretch that high line of Spurs.
Well, he can kind of do what Son's been doing this in the game. He's just been trying almost like goal hang cheat, isn't he? He's trying to stay, ensure he's not offside, but make sure that as Son's been keeping Kyle Walker back, Doku can do that with Pedro Porro. Going back to Ortega as well, he's a real upgrade on the second choice goalkeepers they've had before. He's been excellent this season. I know Bayern Munich looked into signing him to be the long-term future, haven't they? So he's a real coup, his signing the last couple of years.
Good quality. We've never come back with goalkeeper for him. Takes a corner to the back post on the way for Spurs. It's a magic to do, just to lob it back in. Go out for Spurs goal kick. Cario looks to get the game back underway, nice and quick. Just about to approach the 73rd minute. City still have that one goal advantage. Spurs need the goal to put pressure. Looking still for those Champions League places, but at the same time looking to hold those Europa League places that they currently have, with Newcastle breathing down the net, Chelsea picking up form just at the right time. Spurs still building it down the left hand side, and throw Madison. Still pictures of Edison, he'll be the real talking point at the end of the game. And it's one of them as well, because he ended up going off. I know maybe that's City making a precaution. You say, but still played on. Is that going to be the big talking point after the game? He spoke about football still trying to catch up with concussions and everything. The referee should have just gone, right, we're not going to start playing until Ortega's ready to come back on.
Yeah, I think it'll be discussed, certainly, won't it? Because, again, going back to it, we know what sadly so many players have had through was heading the ball. There's been constant head impact to the head. And it was a significant blow. Both players were very brave and very committed. It was a yellow card from error, but you could say it was a footballing incident. But still, is it the referee's call? I'm not quite sure. The rules don't suggest it is. Who makes that call? A doctor will be under pressure to make it. All those kind of things. It's one of those things that, I hate the phrase, but common sense needs to be applied.
Spurs good ball with Johnson. Love tracking back there by Akanji. Looks like Brennan Johnson would have had possibly a one opportunity. Took a touch, not the worst touch in the world, but Akanji, lovely recovery pace to get back, take a touch. And City will reset on the ball now with Walker. Just looking again just how City have restructured with Doku on the left foot and around that number 10 more centrally. Bernardo Silva still on that right hand side. Lovely ball out to the left hand side to Vardy. Whip it out. The ball to Silva. Right hand side to Foden. Overlapping. Go back though to Walker. City they have that goal advantage. They've got the lead. They don't really need to push anything. They don't need to be too risky. They just need to ensure whether it's a 1-0. However, they just get 3 points away and move into the last game of the season on Sunday, top of the table. Doku's chance now. One more opportunity with Højbjerg. I think he likes his chances with that. It just goes back to Vardy. Back to Doku. They're just opening up Spurs. I think now Spurs do look a little bit leggy. Out of the second half, out of half time, they're sprung out and full of energy. They bursted full of energy as well after a little bit of time we had from Edison's recovery from his injury. They do look a little bit fatigued. Maybe this is where substitutions come into play. Ortega looks to spread the play up to the right hand side. Ball touched by Van der Ven and City pressing forwards, pressing back into Sanos. Just inside his own half against Foden. What I'm saying is this where substitutions come on the bench as well. Hit with at this point, Kulusevski who's come on. This might be looking at fresh legs, I suppose.
Well, Dane Scala, he was on loan at Ipswich, didn't get the goals he would like, but had an impact. He looked good off the bench, I'm told, on against Burnley. Lo Celso's never quite got the minutes at Spurs, but this is the type of game where there's just little bits of space opening up where he's got the distribution to play in colleagues. Holland dancing through, then firing it at Højbjerg. Yeah, Brian Hill as well, never quite got the best out of him. There's players with a point to prove, is probably what I'm saying.
Yeah, players with what to come on, prove that point, as you say, and they could be the match winner for Spurs. If Postecoglou was to call on them, as of yet we haven't seen ready. We've seen a few players warm up for Spurs and Manchester City, but as of yet, substitutions. Romero on the ball now. City now, those saw 15 minutes before the half-time break, just sitting a bit deeper, just asking Spurs to press them to come forward, to open up it behind them. Maybe City can use the pace of Haaland and now especially the pace of Doku in behind them. As the Spurs' eyes line against them. Now Højbjerg to Maddison, he's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper in terms of trying to help his side out, get on the ball. Just the lovely one out to Johnson. Touch to Kulusevski, who's dropping deeper as well to help that build-up play. Spurs' point of view. Addison, Dragerson to Højbjerg, and we've seen that the Ven's the furthest player up on the left-hand side. The ball out to the right, switch a player there. Barrow in a space. Doku comes over, take the last touch off the City player. And the corner now, and maybe that's how Spurs get back in this game. It's for a second.
Yes, and they've got those options. Romero, Dragerson and Van der Ven especially was quite sharp in the air as well. Either committed, so yes, they do have targets. Like Brennan Johnson's gone towards the near post, and again Stefan Ortega still be working his way into the game. They might be able to catch him cold.
Short corner taken by Maddison into the path of Kulusevski. Go for a shot at goal. Just goes over the bar. Always leaning back was Kulusevski. Always going over the bar. Chance there, caught City sleeping a little bit. Maddison was there for the ball back, so it opened up for Kulusevski to have a shot at goal. And in some sense, maybe that's a shot where can also say if it's dipping, it's a shot come cross. Maybe Ortega takes a save and it falls into the path of a Spurs player, and it's an easy tapping from there.
Yeah, perhaps, but I'd also argue that Spurs, as much of any side, they've struggled defending set pieces because the goalkeeper's not always been so convincing, so you'd think they'd try and turn the tables at some point. Interesting now with Ortega, I'm not necessarily saying it's because of him, because he's got good feet, but City, for the first time of either side, I think, are going to go long for the goal kick.
Time all back to the path of Haaland, maybe you can say. We've got Erling Haaland up there, we've got Rodri, we've got physical players up top. We're just booting long, get the ball out of our own area that way, going a bit more old school, if you will. Spurs do come in with the ball with Sarr into Højbjerg, taking the ball off with back Doku, but Spurs still come in with the ball. Fizz into the path of Madison. Ball comes flying off of him, but he does win a free kick for his side. Looks like maybe a bit of a sore one for Madison there, but again, we said it earlier, spoke about it. They either look 100% top-notch, confident on the ball, just look like they're about it and ready and willing to give away a bit of mistake. There's no in between with Spurs.
No, I think it will be a sore for Madison. The boot came off there, didn't it, from the Spurs playmaker. Here the fans have resigned in the stands now with their arms folded.
The ball into the back of Kulusevski, going to keep in it. Diaz does well, but Kulusevski does better shot at goal. It's played away by Ortega. Still in a dangerous area, just hoofed away for the Spurs throwing on the right hand side. And for all the world, it looked like the Ruben Diaz had that covered, had that, but then Kulusevski just took a touch in behind. Really acute angle for him there, but again, a good save from Ortega.
It was a good save. Diaz had a strange evening. His distribution's not been quite there. His positioning was wrong there. Looking back, I thought Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson was screaming for it between the 6-yard box and the penalty spot, unmarked as well. If they ever find him, I think that could have been 1-1.
Really good chance it could have been for Spurs, but now if Foden can find Haaland, he absolutely blasted into the path of Madison. Madison there, if anything, was just that target. He didn't want to hit. That's a target Foden did hit. Spurs get the ball, they're coming forward with Porro, back into the middle to Madison, switches it to the left of Sarr. He'll go for a shot at goal, deflected away from Bernardo Silva. Still the ball back to Sarr. The transfer to play to the left hand side to someone Song. Ball passing into him. Looks like a collision between him and Walker. City would have won a free kick. Referee says no, get up, and Spurs will come away with the ball. Kulusevski, he's on it now. Really growing into the game since the Swedes come onto the pitch. To Brennan Johnson, plays it onto the edge of the area to Madison, looks to dink one into the back post to Son, headed away by Bernardo Silva. Højbjerg will head it back to Romero. City will just continue to sit deep, but get bodies out. Will press Spurs now. Again, if anything, if Foden doesn't put a lot of pace and a lot of power on the ball into the path of Haaland, but if that doesn't hit Madison, maybe that goes to Haaland in a one-on-one chance there.
Yeah, maybe so as Kanji. Well, Diaz has struggled this time this evening, but Kanji, he's been stellar. He's been absolutely brilliant. Not made a mistake yet. Another good block by him. Rodri sets Bernardo away, perhaps.
Maybe has he got the pace to get away from Van der Ven. He goes back on his left. Pushing too many bodies forward. Particularly into the 82nd minute. Stadium. Ball out back to left. Doku. Well defended though by Pedro Porro. Just goes back to Vicario in goal. Haaland, he's just asking for more players to come forward, put pressure onto Spurs, but they don't need to do that. They don't want to make a mistake by coming too high, using the high line. They need Spurs to press against him. Foden wins the ball in the middle of the pitch, and so he'll just get it. Looking at the last 10 minutes of stats, 3 shots for Spurs, 2 on target for Spurs, 6-0 shots altogether. Possession 68-32 in the favour of the host, but still City lead on the one score that matters, one stat that matters, 1 goal to nil. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and now City are just doing the, some sense I want to say that ole way where the passing, just the Spurs can't really get the ball right now. If anything, I think Spurs look a little bit leggy, but maybe sitting back and just waiting for that mistake.
I thought City was sitting back ominously deep at one point, didn't they? But Spurs, they've not gone back to their shape, but they pressed really well. Well, City had to go back to Ortega, but just always seems to be a spare man for the citizens in space. Definitely 4-2-3-1, aren't they, Tottenham? And City seems to have worked that out as Van der Ven drags Foden back. Advantage being played.
Advantage played. Because City is still coming forward with Bernardo Silva. He'll just go back to to Foden, and he's back on his feet now. I can imagine possibly a yellow card coming the way of Van de Ven. If the ball does come out of play, and the referee just sent that yellow card to Van de Ven. Kanji, the spread of the play to the right hand side to Silva, just head it down to Walker. Spurs don't know whether to press, or don't know whether to sit back. City the last 2 minutes or so really taking hold of this game and just put the ball away. Haaland into Foden. Finally on it, but Doku on the overlap. Will he use it? Will he go for goal? He does use Doku, defended by Porro to get a foot in there. Goes out for a City throwing high on the left hand side. He just knew Vardioli. You knew he was going to pass to Doku, but he just waiting and played the pass well.
Yeah, it needs to be quick there, doesn't it? And you can see Doku frustrated. Lo Celso and Oliver Skip are going to come. Papi Matteo Sarkos got a yellow card. I imagine Højbjerg will be the other one who goes off Spurs. Yes, 6 minutes to make an impact. Skip and Lo Celso. And no attacking change yet from Postecoglou.
Yeah, you can imagine maybe Celso is more of an attacking midfielder. And also maybe look at Dane Scarlett, as you say, maybe that was the one that they were trying to get an out number 9. Son is playing more centrally in the last few minutes. At the same time, City with that much of the ball, he hasn't really had an impact through the middle. Over down the left hand side, Doku once again. Gets it back into the middle to Vardiol. Just a bit of key ball from City right now, no mistakes. A lot of long field balls to the left, to the right, to the right, and the left. That time from the left to the right from Akanji to Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Foden. City would love a second goal, but not going to go too gung-ho to get that. They've got the 3 points currently, but Spurs spring an attack, spring a counter them. But just can't get on the ball right now. While City are knocking it around very well. Ball passing nearly there by Bernardo Silva, dealt well though by Vardiol. Rodri goes back to Akanji. Go further back to Ortega, he loses it, and now Son's got a one-on-one opportunity. Fantastic save by Ortega there. It looked like City for the last few minutes just controlling the game. One bit of mistake. Son was in there, one-on-one. You would like to think Son would have put that away, but Ortega, since his corner, been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm praising the catch. That was a real error, that wasn't it? And Ortega could have just won the title for his side there. He spread himself well. Son's always the favourite in that situation. The goalkeeper, though, comes out of his line, narrows the angle, and makes a brilliant save.
Doku now coming forward there. He wins a free kick for his side. Just to see that replay there. It was Lo Celso who won the ball. He played it into the path. It was Johnson, who won the ball. Played it into the path of Son. He got the better of Diaz. Took a touch out of his feet. Could strike a goal. But then really Son gets the power. Gets a shot he wants from it. Really just slices off nearly his ankle, his Achilles there. He doesn't really get the shot he wants on. It's still a good save from Ortega. We just see Pep Guardiola. He falls down. He can't believe it with the goalkeeper save.
He had his head in his hands, didn't he? He could barely watch, and then he just kind of collapses to the floor in utter relief, I think.
We've seen it before. Diego Simeone's done it on the sideline. Van Gaal with his clipboard going down, and see Pep Guardiola. He's had one of them when I was sitting really in the last 5 minutes controlling the game. Will squeeze Spurs out of it? They've got a free kick now that they know if that can happen, we really can do it.
I think something we've never seen Guardiola do before there, and he was just pointing just to launch it long, wasn't he? He was shouting at Kanji and just launched, like throwing his arm over his own shoulders, get rid of it in that situation.
Usually you'd be Pep Guardiola going, no, pass it, I'm happy with you, we made mistakes all that time, get it long. Foden to take the free kick, whips it into a dangerous area, and then away by Romero, and he's far as good. Vanch's going for the shot. Flecks it away off another Spurs body, and City come away with it on the right hand side. Silva into Akanji, back to Silva. Still a lot of bodies forward for City in this attack. Only a few minutes left, 2.5 minutes left of the 90. Then see foul there from Foden on Maddison. That was a bad one there. Foden will get the yellow card, and again City can just get back, get bodies back, and Spurs can just reset. Foden knew he wanted to straight away.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's not even that from Phil Foden. It cuts Maddison down, and yes, a yellow card, no argument at all there.
Maybe that's Foden just saying, well, your teammate did it to me in the first half, so I'm just going to chop you down now. Just a little get back at another Spurs player. He's an international teammate, Maddison. He's been kicked about a few times as Maddison tonight from the Manchester City players. He's had Rodri biting his heels, and Foden there. taking him down, but Spurs have the ball to Vicario. City are pressing higher now. They're not exactly pressing higher the player on the ball, but the bodies further forward, around 10-15 yards further forward instead of sitting as deep as they were 5 and 10 minutes ago. Madison looks to unleash down the left-hand side. Kulizev really good defending from Al Walker there, just to win the ball for his side. Throwing for them, a minute left of the 90th. Usually, apart from the goal, Manchester not got a lot of time with the Henderson injury. That was about 3-4 minutes, so we've been for a good 5-6 minutes of any time.
We got nothing in the first half, didn't we? I think it's the first time I've seen that in a Premier League game, but yeah, we'll get a bit of time as that's a good ball by Foden because Doku's so quick he rescues it.
Yeah, good player there. Doku goes down with the referee point for a penalty. He does point to the spot. It was Doku one-on-one with Pedro Porro. It's a lovely ball from Foden out to the left-hand side. I don't think anyone over the Doku. He's captured that, comes inside, wins a penalty for his side, and this could be game over now for Manchester City.
Great wing play, isn't it, by Doku? He just holds his position. He hangs out wide, and Porro, you can see he's looking, doesn't know whether to stay or go. Foden just plays it into an area as much as anything. Doku wins the foot race, goes inside, has a second go at him, and Porro's foot is
เรียบร้อย 2-0
with the first tackle. By then it's the second phase of the attack, if you like. He's already gone past him the second time as Doku brings him down. No complaints really is left.
Good piece of play from Doku. He's been a real live wire since he's come onto the field, and just
เรียบร้อย
in
2-0
the 90th minute,
จบ
this big game over. Game set a match for Manchester City gaining 3 points ahead of Sunday. They're currently already
อุตส่าห์อดนอน
really put final nail
ให้กูมาดูเหี้ยอะไรเนี่ย
10 minutes of added time we've got. Well, you'd like to think if Erling Haaland does put this in the back of the net, it could be a long 10 minutes of Spurs.
Just gonna call it.
It's Erling Haaland, and he could get his second of the game, pushing further atop of the Premier League goal scoring charts. It'll be him, it's Vicario. Already had that finish where put it into an empty net. Erling Haaland to step up, smashes it past Vicario. Vicario dives the wrong way.
ไปนอนถ้าเข้าก็นอนเถอะ
Yeah, even a smile there from the Norwegian striker. Just whipped it home onto the goal. The goalkeeper went to his left-hand side. Holland overweight, opened his body over, whipped into the top corner, and the emotion now looks to be released from the City players. A real sliding doors, wasn't it, with that save by Ortega. They've had the chances, haven't the Spurs, not been able to take them. City have been by no means as imperious as we've become used to, especially how good they were against Fulham at the weekend. They've not created the chances, but they created 2 really good ones. De Bruyne into Haaland, and then that penalty, it's 2-0, and I suppose that's what separates the good teams like Spurs, or the excellent teams like Spurs, with the great ones like City.
City there, just proving the quality that, as you say, Son puts that goal on the back of the net. We get 10 minutes added time, you never know what can happen. Whereas it's a really good save from Ortega, and only a few minutes City come up with the penalty. Haaland smashes it over his second of the game. Puts the game out. We do have 8 minutes left, but just an extra maybe actually 10 minutes left because of the waiting for the celebrations of the penalty. Could be a long 10 minutes for Spurs.
ชิวๆไม่ชิวแล้วนอนดีกว่า
Crazy things have happened in football, but you'd like to think if in the next 5 minutes or so they don't get a goal, it is game over if it's not already game over.
Yeah, a real blow, isn't it, for Spurs, because they were right in the game. James Maddison has been replaced by youngster Mikey Moore. So we get a look at the Spurs number 59. But it was such an opportunity. You would have set up a real grandstand finish, but it's not done yet. City have to see out this game and, of course, get past West Ham, who have the extra motivation of it being David Moyes' final game. They also fancy Arsenal to beat Everton, so not a job done yet, but I think bookmakers will have to be heavy on to make it 4 leagues in a row.
First time in the Premier League era, 4 titles in a row for Pep Guardiola's side. It's losing in 2020 to Liverpool. So Spurs, they want to, maybe if they can get a goal, take away that clean sheet from City, come away with something from the game. Brennan Johnson down the right-hand side with Doku. to Lo Celso, but ball to the path of Kulizetti, tries to get away from Diaz, still does, he's still going
เวลานอนกูไหมเนี่ย
piece of play there, he's
พรุ่งนี้กูทำงานด้วยให้กูมาดูเหี้ยเลย
The Kulizetti since he came onto the field of play, just seeing pictures of Tottenham fans, and although, you said it earlier, although they're not losing, means that Arsenal are less likely to win the title on Sunday after this result. It's a corner for Spurs. Lo Celso to take the swinger into the front post, off of a head of a Manchester City player. Allen will come over with it and boot it long to the halfway line, all the way up. Branson on the last touch on to Julian Alvarez will be coming onto the field. That's for Haaland, get him wrapped up, get him ready for Sunday. If anything now, because it is game done, it will be Haaland to come off. Let's just get players off. Let's make sure we don't have any injuries ahead of Sunday.
No, absolutely not. And Alvarez, Haaland for the hat-trick, but I think he understands, doesn't he? He threw a bit of a tantrum after coming off after scoring 4 goals against Wolves, but I think he's wise enough to understand the situation.
นอนแยกย้ายไปแล้วพี่นอนแล้วเซ็งพี่ไปแล้วนะพี่ฝันดีครับพี่บ๊ายบายขอบคุณมากพี่ผมนอนแล้วเซ็งไปแล้วนะ
Full of high fives for everyone on the bench. He's done his job tonight. Spoke 11 touches in the first.
ฝันดีนะพี่เอ็นทีฝันดีนะครับพี่สแน็คเจอกันวันอาทิตย์นัดสุดท้ายค่อยว่ากันวันนี้ไปละฝันดีไปเสียเวลานอนกูไปดีกว่าไปแล้วนะพี่